You are listening to the very first episode of FlyyGirl Fridays on FlyyGirl Radio. Today on the show, we have Makeda and Sierra from my favorite new podcast, Black in the City. And we talk about everything from mentorship to Beyonce to Cropover, and we even get into some hustle tips that will keep you motivated and excited on your journey. Without further ado, here's the show.
Yeah, it does. It sounds clear.
So I guess we could just start at the beginning of the interview. I had a couple of just general questions, but can you both of you guys just tell me a little bit about your background and what made you start getting into podcasting?
Yeah, Sierra, go first.
Okay, so background. Okay, so I'm from Tacoma, Washington, from here, but live in Seattle and everything. That doesn't mean much if you're not from here. So as far as podcasting, in college, I used to love hosting shows a lot, and just being in front of people and talking to people and making people laugh like that. That's always been a passion of mine. And so before having our podcast together, I tried having a podcast that wasn't as successful.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we both mutually knew Mia. Mia is my sorority sister, and I already had known Makeda through my other sorority sister. So we'd already known each other, and Mia approached both of us one day and was like asking me, because she saw that I used to have a podcast. She approached me and was like, "What is that about? You know, I would be interested in getting you on radio." And then she contacted Makeda as well and linked us up together. We've been doing it for
We've been making it together ever since.
Yeah, for like what, 8 months? 8 months, like a whole child. So we have a kid together.
We're together forever.
Yeah, we're like almost married.
Wait, so how did you guys end up meeting each other, like knowing each other?
Oh, well, I met Sierra because I have her line sister, my friend Christina, we went to undergrad together. So I'm from Colorado, and I went to Colorado State, and my friend Christina and I, we lived on the same floor, actually, like same hall, in like our freshman year. So I've been friends with her, and she moved to Seattle because she was working in Amazon. And so like one day, I think I just went to her house to pregame, and Sierra was there, and I met Sierra there.
Yeah, we met at some drunken activity.
Exactly.
For sure.
So then we had known each other since then, but we never actually really hung out. We just were mutual friends of other people, and so we always liked each other, would say hi and stuff when we were out, but we never spent any time with each other before the podcast, actually. So we've gotten to be really good friends just because of the podcast, actually.
Yeah,
she's cool. And now I can't get rid of her. So
yeah, she was actually a loser before she.
Small bitch.
I'm glad I was able to pull her out of the miry clay.
You guys seem like you're super close. That's cute. That's really important.
We're sitting right on top of each other.
Yeah, I
right
believe
now.
it. Actually, I definitely believe it. I think that's really cool when you have a podcast because you can always tell the energy. Like I used to listen to The Read a lot. I still listen to it, but I try to listen to more I don't know, self-help, financial, leadership type podcasts now, just because. I don't know. Nothing against The Read. I love Crystal and Kid Fury, but I'm just saying, sometimes when you listen, you can tell the energy, if it was a good day, it's a bad day, what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's
or when Kid Fury doesn't want to be there, right?
Anyway, Makeda. So you're from. You said your family is from Barbados.
Yes, ma'am. My whole family. Shut up, Sierra. Yeah, I have dual citizenship and what have you there. So both my mom and my dad, they went to school together.
Now, have you ever went to Cropover?
I haven't as an adult. I was going to go this year, but I wasn't able to. So I'm going in November this year. Okay. But I've been, just not an adult, in participating in the carnival. But yes.
Because you were just there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I never got to go before because it used to interact with because it's the first Monday of August, and for undergrad that was always when school would start, so I'd have to be at school.
Yeah. Okay. And I see that you're a pretty smart young lady. You got a master's before 24 years old and whatnot. We love the educated Black women on the FlyyGirl. You know,
girl, I be trying. I just be trying.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, let me see. What do I want to ask you guys next? Makeda, what type of things do you do in the community?
Well, right now I actually serve on wow, if I could talk. I serve on the advisory board of the Seattle King County chapter of Black Lives Matter.
Oh, okay.
So I do that. I also am I am a mentor in the community. So I have a 16-year-old mentee, a Muslim mentee. She's very cute. Her name is Fahima. And so I spend time with her, try to spend time with her at least once a week or once every other week, hopefully, when we're both not too busy. Mm-hmm. But I do that, and so I try to be as involved as I possibly can. Cool. I have 2 jobs or 3 jobs, so it can be a little hard to balance it all and do as much service work as I want to do, but those are my 2 main scenarios.
That's cool. I think mentorship is really, really important. Something that I think it's really essential for growth, especially for young Black girls. Like to see like somebody that looks like them, that came from where they came from, and like is actually doing it and making it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think that is just like so important. I actually am doing an internship program, and that's like one of the big pillars of it is mentorship, and like just teaching the girls like, you know, you have value. Your work, everything you do has value, and you're worth it, you know? So teaching them about self-esteem and stuff like that. But
exactly, making sure they understand that they are enough and that they are totally worthwhile. Mm-hmm. And that they're able to believe and feel and do the things that they want to do, and it doesn't indicate anything about them personally, which I think a lot of Black girls have a hard time with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're supposed to be some certain type of way, or we're supposed to, you know, act like this, dress like this, and so it makes it hard when you don't or don't want to, particularly for somebody, you know, like my mentee who wears a hijab every day, right? And I think it's an interesting. But it's a completely different battle. You know, I can't relate to that, but I can understand trying to figure out how do I, you know, stay true to myself and my religion and still like want to be, you know, cool and, you know, dress cool and be cool and be friends with everybody.
Yeah. How long have you been mentoring her?
I've been mentoring her for like 5 months or so now, but I've always been I've always been a mentor in a lot of other programs, but this specific program has only been like 5 months or so.
Okay. Sierra, I see that you said that you host different shows.
Yes.
What, like, is that like podcasts, or like, are you a DJ, an MC? Like, what's
going on? I wish I was a DJ. I'd be hella lit. I would be hella lit. Like, would probably be coming. No, so, like, historically, like, they'll usually call me back to host stuff at UW, which is the college that we both graduated from. Again, and we've actually posted one show together so far. So the range will be from like a stroll competition to like a cultural night to
y'all some little celebrities up there in Washington.
Okay. A little, or you know, or it can be like it can be a cultural night, it could be open mic night, or we host every month hip hop trivia. So it'll be like that.
I did see that on your page. I sure did.
Yeah, it's our favorite.
When is the next one?
This Thursday, actually.
Oh, can't make it for that one, but
we do it every last Thursday of the month, so you can, you know, schedule your visit around that.
I absolutely will think about that for sure. That's cool. So what's inspiring you guys right now?
Pizza. Now, what's inspiring right now? Well, it depends. Because I don't want to say something cliche like, oh, my family or something like. Because I feel like everyone says.
Your family does, though. That's okay.
Well, I don't know what is inspiring you, and I think inspiring me to get better and have habitual greatness is that I know that I have goals to accomplish, and I see so many people around me striving for success, and I see people that I admire doing the things that I want to do. So I think my end goals are what is inspiring me, like the finish line. You know, like even like little things. If I'm working out, if I feel like, you know, the booty's poking out a little bit, I'm inspired.
Those be the best days. I've been feeling like that lately. Like every time I go past the mirror, I'm like, hey, how you doing, girl? Okay, I see you.
Right. So I would say results and feeling like I'm doing something, that I'm doing the right thing, that is what is inspiring me. Results.
Yeah. That's cool.
You are silly. Well, Sierra, you kind of stole mine. So why do you have the cool filters and I can't get mine back? What the fuck? Sorry, looking at her Snapchat. I think kind of in line with Sierra's. No, that's my favorite one with the flowers. My Snapchat doesn't have that anymore right now. Yeah, you want to. I think what's inspiring me right now is kind of, I know, I'm sorry, we're all over the place. Okay. I'm trying to accomplish, like this month, I'm trying to accomplish some weight loss goals. And I've been doing pretty well. Yes, I do. I've been holding pretty strong and why are you going to hand me a cookie, Matt? Get out of here. I worked out today. It has been a very interesting dynamic. I think kind of my word for the month is consistency. And I think that that's something that we work on also. Yeah. We try to make sure, even when we're like busy, we don't miss episodes unless one of us is like actually traveling. Like even if we don't feel like doing it, even if we wish we were doing something else, like consistently posting, consistently staying on top of what we're supposed to be doing. That's how we, you know, make moves forward. And so I'm trying to do the same thing in my personal life as well. And so I started this little workout journey, basically, and I've been taking some progress photos. And, like, I was inspired, like, by myself by seeing, like, in 1 week that I could see physical changes. Like, you know, you have to stay consistent and keep doing that. And that's kind of driving me forward, or staying consistent and, you know, chasing down my goals. And, like, that's how I got on the board of Black Lives Matter. Like, that's how I've been doing all the things that I wanted to do or want to do right now, is, like, consistently chasing shit down. And things are happening. So I think just like being consistent and then seeing good things happening, like Sierra just said, like when you see those results, that only makes you want to be more consistent and keep doing the things.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at y'all over there, Dalton in Washington State. I'm always gonna like clown y'all for living in Washington until I come there and see how great it is. Like I'm always gonna be like a running joke, just so y'all know. But that's really cool. Yeah.
You gotta come when it's sunny. Right now it's so nice outside.
Really?
We get 10 hours of sunlight in the summer. Like right now it's light out still. Looks like it could be noon outside.
Really?
And in the heart of summer it'll be 10 p.m. and it'll still be sunny.
Now, see, when I was in school, I took an urban development, urban education, urban something class, and my professor always talked so highly of Washington, Seattle specifically, and he always said, like, it's a world-class city because of the transportation, the sunlight, the people. It's like a technology hub. Like, I don't know. What's the cool things about your city?
It's good for everything. The rain can be a drag, but other than that, I mean, there's really not that much to complain about, you know? Like, other than it being rainy, like, what else do we really complain about?
Like, people who don't have, what is the word? They are not, aware of the space they're taking up. I hate that crap.
No, but that's people everywhere. That's not unique to
I would definitely expect it for Washington State. Absolutely, actually.
Right.
I would, but they are like that everywhere. But, yeah, it definitely wouldn't surprise me. I'll probably get off the airplane ready. Like, hey, y'all, what's up? I'm ready. Come on, put my Black Power shirt on when I get off the airplane.
Okay.
Okay, so moving into the travel portion, Makeda, you know, I see you've been to Barbados a couple times, Aruba, Puerto Rico. You got Cabo on here. Sierra has been to the motherland, though. Okay.
Yeah, she has. Yeah.
Talk to me about Ghana, please. Tell me. Tell me everything.
Talk to her about Ghana.
So I did Ghana as a study abroad and when I was in college, and I stayed there for a month. It was a group of about like 15 of us. Everybody was actually, it was all people of color. Like it was majority Black students, and then like everybody else was either like native or like Filipino or whatever. And it was just such a powerful experience because we know from history that West Africa is like one of the places where slaves were taken from. So we got a chance to see the slave castles, which was a very what's the word? It was a very humbling moment. And to just walk into the castle and walk the same places that our ancestors walked was very powerful. Just being there and seeing the people and just how just beautiful the people were, just friendly and, welcoming of us. And for me, it was a really good thing too. It makes you feel connected to Africa, for sure. And definitely ignited my fire for dark-skinned men. So, yes.
Praise him.
Yes, it was beautiful. But it just being there, it just really showed you that there's a different standard of beauty all over the world. So it was just amazing to see that. It was like the darker and the thicker that you were, like the better.
If you were like go there right now, okay?
Yeah. The light, no offense, light skin and skinny was not the move out there, but the culture is so beautiful. And I also met the woman who played Nettie in Color Purple.
Wow, really?
That was monumental because I couldn't recite that whole movie, so it was really good. Yeah, that part. So it was good. I like visited, or like we stayed in a village, but we got a chance to visit all over and see like the colleges there and meet people that were of high status, and got to learn how to barter with people that were on the streets and stuff. So it was a beautiful experience. Definitely very memorable.
And I bet it really made it even better and put the icing on the cake that it was all people of color on the trip with you.
Absolutely, because
you had to process.
There was one,
all of these questions and all this, like, it be politically correct, like,
Yeah, this native girl was about to get slapped a couple of times, so, but it's cool. She was a little weird, but for the most part, it wasn't like we had to sit up there and explain, like, this is why the way we feel. Like, for the most part, people were on the same page. Besides that one time she almost got slapped. Not by me, though. But yeah.
She just got to get a collective slap.
Yeah, because she was acting real crazy, like she didn't know what time it was. It was 12:02. Too much.
So Makeda, I see you said that your dream destination is Bali. I have a friend that just came back from Bali, and she's supposed to do like a guest feature, and I'm super excited about it because I've heard so much about like Thailand and like how inexpensive it is and like very beautiful.
Yeah, it's just like pay for your flight and then literally everything is dirt.
I need to get there. I don't know if it'll happen this year, but I definitely feel that I need to be there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that next year I'll be able to do that.
I wonder, like, is it cheaper to fly from LA? Oh, how close are you guys to LA? Far.
Like a 2-hour flight. Yeah, not even 2 hours. An hour.
Oh, okay, but that's a flight though. You couldn't just like drive. No.
Oh, you could. It would take you a day.
Yeah, like a day or so.
Yeah, a lot of hours. Yeah, it's pretty far. Okay.
Yeah, how long does it take to go to LA?
It's less than a day.
From here to LA?
It's probably like 16 hours.
Oh, but then you have to factor in that crazy traffic on the freeway.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Oh yeah. Okay. That was not a smart question to ask.
Okay. Let's have a good day. One monkey ain't gonna stop no show.
All day. Yeah.
No, brother.
Yeah, no, I would be doing all that. So I'm gonna start wrapping it up. I just wanted to know if you guys could give any advice for a young lady that, has these dreams of aspirations of doing things they've always wanted to do. But maybe they're scared because, they don't know what people are going to think, or they think like the time isn't right, or all these, all the different problems that we put, barriers that we make for ourselves. What type of advice would you give to somebody to push past those barriers and go for their dreams?
The time is always right whenever you're ready. I would say, like, there's never a perfect time for anything. The time is always perfect when you want to do the thing, right? It's not about other things being, set in motion, because you deciding that you're going to do something and be intentional about it, the other chips will fall into place, essentially. And so that would be one thing I would say, like, don't wait for the perfect time. There's never a perfect time. It's when you decide. I also would say, like, who gives a fuck about everybody else? Like, literally, who cares what anybody thinks? If you want to do something, you do it. Yeah. And when you care and love something, other people will love it too, because you love it.
Right.
So I would just say, right, like, fuck everybody and do what you want because you're a grown up.
Yeah.
Like, fuck them all and do what you want.
Yeah.
And just be passionate and consistent.
Yes, consistency is the most important. It's so important.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes you can, like, give up on something just because you don't see, like, the results of it so quickly. But I just think of, like, all the things that I've done in my life that led me up to doing this. Like, I always, like, kind of, like, a little bit did it. Like, a little bit, you know, okay, let me start this little blog here. Let me have a little FlyyGirl boutique. Let me do this. Let me do that. But I think the consistency wasn't there. But, like, now I feel like it is. But, yeah, that's definitely really important.
Yeah, I would definitely say, like, Makeda took the words out of my mouth. Just do it. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready, so literally just do it. And if people have something to say about stuff that you're doing, eventually they'll catch on or they'll be doing it. Because what I found is that most people that have something to say about the stuff that I'm doing, they usually end up doing it. So end up doing it or end up liking it. So screw them. Do you.
Yeah.
Right, like Sierra and I, we didn't even practice before we started this podcast. We literally sat at the table and did like one little 30-minute fake episode, like for a dry run, and that was it. We didn't like practice for weeks at a time. We just said, fuck it, bro, we're going to start tomorrow. And we picked the day that we were going to say we're going to always have episodes on Tuesday. So we started recording on like each Monday, and that was that.
And hard work beats talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And we get better and better every week.
Yeah. Hard work definitely beats talent. You consistent after something you're passionate about.
And eventually you'll get good at it.
You'll come. Yeah, you'll learn.
So I randomly also started a podcast last night.
Okay, nice.
It's called BISHES Love Beyonce. I wanted to say Bitches Love Beyonce, but, you know, I have family and, you know, I don't know. My younger sister is on there with me. It's actually kind of like her idea, her brainchild. But basically, we just talk about Beyonce. And it's funny because I'm so shook that there isn't a podcast that does that already. But
wait, so you have a whole podcast that's dedicated to only talking about Beyonce? Love it.
Yeah, I will send you guys the link after a little bit later. But what happened was we were just talking about Coachella, and then, you know, maybe I had a couple of drinks, and then I was just like, Charity, we actually should record this and like put this up because, you know, everybody's talking about Coachella and like, you know, how she just innovated and had everybody shook, and, you know, so yeah, I posted it last night, late in the night, so we'll see what happens with that. But
nice, keep it going. Right.
I'm gonna try, you know. I'm gonna try to follow from y'all's example. You know, you kind of inspired me.
Go ahead. I'm so pleased. If we can inspire anybody, that's a win for us.
I'm into it. Go for it.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I can't wait until we link up because I'm definitely coming to Washington. You have to show me everything.
Okay, absolutely. Just let us know when you want to come and we gonna hook it up.
Okay, yep. I will for sure.
Make sure you lit.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and I hope the show goes well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Tune in tomorrow.
I will for sure. You're listening to the very first episode of FlyyGirlAdventures on FlyyGirl Radio. Ain't God good? Today on the show, we had Makeda and Sierra from my new favorite podcast, Black in the City. If you guys want to check them out, go on over to soundcloud.com/blackinthecitypodcast. You can also check out all their beautiful and flyness on Instagram at blackinthecitypod. That's blackinthecitypod. And I just wanted to send a special thank you out to everyone in the Fly fam, just for the support, the likes, the shares. It really means a lot. Thank you guys. Well, if you know anything about the Fly Girl, you would know that I'm always up to something. And today I wanted to introduce you guys to a podcast that I've been working on for some time now called Finding Peace to Push Through the Pain. This podcast will focus on my journey, the struggles, the pain, the lessons learned, and really just focusing on how we can not only find peace and push through, but we can even find our purpose and come out shining brighter and better than ever before. Check it out and let me know what you think. Well, I've been on a bit of a self-care kick lately, and let me tell you, Popped Handmade does it for me every time. www.poppedhandmade.com. And I just want to send a huge thank you to Boss Up Mag for all the love and support that they've shown. You guys go check them out. www.bossupmag.org. Attention, Detroit! DebraDiane is bringing Lead the Way back to the city once again, and this time she wants to send a lucky college student on their way. In addition, the FlyyGirl will be in the building, and I'm gonna give not one but 2 Beyonce tickets out. Yes, because we do love Beyonce, and it's for a good cause. So come on out, Saturday, May 26th at 5 p.m. at the Matrix Human Services in Detroit. Thanks again, Fly Fam, for listening. I just want you guys to know that you are strong, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are brave. Whatever you're going through in life, you can and you will get through it. Till next time, FlyyGirl out.